Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and there's 10 MLB games today, so I'm going to take you through the best player prop bets currently available on OddsJam. So we're going to be looking at the OddsJam Positive Expected Value, Positive EV sports betting software, which just shows you data-driven, mathematically profitable sports bets. So what we can see is the first bet available with a 6.63% profit margin is Wilson Contreras over 1.5 player bases. So if we click into the odds, just taking a look at OddsJam, all of the different markets you can bet on, Wilson Contreras over 1.5 bases is really a true pricing discrepancy on FanDuel. They're giving us plus 115. If you look at the odds on other sports books, no other bookmaker is giving us better than minus 113 odds. And we're able to get this plus 115 on FanDuel, which is ridiculous value, right? Which is what we're looking for as a sports bettor, right? We want to use the OddsJam Positive Expected Value tool to find value as a sports bettor. What bets are mathematically profitable, data-driven sports bets based on real-time odds in the betting market. So we can see that Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're pricing this all the way down at minus 113. So we're getting 28 cents of improvement on FanDuel, and this is definitely a bet I want to go with in the Pirates game. So we'll go ahead, we'll lock it in for tomorrow. 2+ bases, Wilson Contreras plus 115. You can see FanDuel's like, yo, you've made too much money off us. We're only giving you an $87 max wager right there. So whatever, I'll take it for what I can get, and we'll take Contreras 2+ bases. Again, your goal as a sports bettor is really to place as many positive EV bets as possible, right? As many profitable bets as possible. So this bet has a 6.63% profit margin from OddsJam. We're staking $87. So our bet has 577 in EV. So this is for Contreras over 1.5 bases, right? Which is the exact same thing as 2+ bases. If he has 2 or more bases, 2 singles, a double, a triple, a home run, whatever, right? This bet will cash. So that's the first bet we're going to go with, data-driven MLB sports bets. And the second one is in the Athletics Mariners game, right? So what we're going to be going with in this game is Christian over 1.5 bases, so also a player prop, plus 165 on FanDuel. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're pricing this all the way down at plus 133, 5.97% profit margin. You look for the bet in bold with a circle around it. That's the bet you want to be on, right? Christian over 1.5 bases, plus 165 in the A's game. So this is the second bet I'll lock in for tomorrow. So go down to player bases, and then we want my boy Christian over 1.5, and they're going to give us a max wager of 36.40. So we'll lock this in. FanDuel limiting us pretty heavily. They're like, yo, you make too much money off us, 5.97% profit margin using the OddsJam software. And then this is Christian, I don't even know how to spell his last name, Bethancourt, over 1.5 bases. So Bethancourt over 1.5 bases. Total profit margin of our 2-player prop bets is 794. Right, so the next thing I want to do is add both of these bets to my bet tracker. So to do that, you can just click on an odd on OddsJam. So the best odds will always be highlighted in green for any bet. So the best price or the best odds we can get on Contreras over 1.5 bases is on FanDuel, and we bet $87 on this. So I'll add this to my bet tracker right here, right? And then I also want to add 36.40 for Christian over 1.5 bases in the Athletics Mariners game. So I'll go ahead and I'll add this. And then both bets are in my bet tracker. So you'll see a green check mark shows up, which indicates you placed the mathematically profitable positive EV bet on that wager already, right? So again, the bet tracker is super useful because it will show you your profit and loss, your ROI as a sports bettor. as well as how often you're beating the closing line. So what I like to do is just kind of go through on a daily basis, check my bets and make sure I'm consistently beating the closing line, right? I want to see more green than red in my bet tracker. It's impossible to always beat the closing line, right? But you want to see more green than red when you're getting better odds than the closing line. So 2 player props for tomorrow, 794 in total profit margin quantified mathematically. We already have a bunch of bets open on FanDuel, so hopefully we're able to cash these. Our Avs futures are looking good. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video about the best player props. I hope you're able to tail them, and let's make some money.